Forcing your brain to do hard things can get you everything you want out of life, and you don't need more motivation. I built multiple $100 million plus companies, and none of that would have ever happened if I weren't able to do hard things every single day. These are the 4 strategies that you can use to stay disciplined and do hard things. Strategy number 1, use triggers for high performance. There are ways to trigger yourself back into intentionality, energy, and action instantly, if you just have the discipline to do so. Let me give you a real example. Let's say you had a bad night's sleep and you're not feeling good. You woke up in the morning, you have your cup of coffee, you're sluggish, and you're dragging. Instead of trying to get on with your day, you literally just stick your face into ice water just for a minute. And suddenly, you become wide awake for the rest of the day. But that's not the only way. Let's say you're in the middle of your day and you feel yourself fading. Don't try to push through like a hero. Don't try to pop an energy drink. Instead, turn off your phone, shut your door, kill the lights, and take 12 minutes for yourself. That is a powerful trigger too. Most people think they're stuck with whatever energy or mental state they wake up with. It's just not true. You can shift your state in minutes if you know the triggers. But here's the problem. That takes discipline. Shoving your face in a cold bucket of water with ice, it doesn't sound very fun. It's going to be hard to do, but when you do it, you can't believe how much you wake up. Clearly, it's easier to stay sluggish, make excuses, and be willing to operate at 60%. But if you're serious about performing at a high level, you have to be intentional about building these things into your life that allow you to become the best version and the most highest performance version of yourself. You can't get the best results if you're not the best version. And these triggers that you build into your life on how to get there, even when you don't feel like it, will be the things that change the game forever. Just do something until you trigger your body into a high state of activity. Anything you can do that takes you from a low state to a mid state to a high state to reset your brain, well, those are the things, the little hacks in life that can get you to succeed at a high level of success. Strategy number 2 is to restructure the way you think about rest. When I feel myself dragging, I don't fight it. I simply go lay down on my acoustic PMF bed and I take a hardcore 30-minute nap. Sometimes I might even just recline my chair in the office, turn off my phone, put my headsets on, shut the door, kill the lights, and take a 10 to 12-minute power nap. I used to laugh when my wife would wear her blackout face mask. But when I started wearing my blackout face mask, oh my gosh, a little Pink Floyd in my ears, blackout face mask over my eyes, I was out like a light. Next thing you know, I'm pulling my blankie up and I'm getting all snuggly. I've even turned on my little foot heater in my bed like my wife. Some of these little things allow you to sleep super hard for a power nap. You can't get the best results if you're actually not the best version of yourself. And being the best version of yourself requires you to be rested and operating at full capacity. When you're carrying stress, you're unable to sleep, you're not going to be making any good decisions. You're just surviving. High performers don't just work hard, they actually recover hard. And that's how you reset your thinking about what rest really is. Stop glorifying exhaustion. I work with people who talk about, oh, I'm so tired, I'm so beat down, I'm so worn out. Honestly, nobody wants to hear that, especially people who work around you, because then they think you're judging them for not being that way. What you need to do is find ways to de-escalate stress so you can show up sharp when it matters. If you're tired, take a strategic break. Set a timer, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Shut everything off. Rest. Then go back to work. There is nothing wrong with a good hardcore power nap. Next up is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to learn myself. Staying in the present moment. When you're successful or building your way up to success, life is actually a roller coaster. You have to wear several different hats. In fact, John Maxwell says when you squeeze a tomato, you get tomato juice. So if you're under pressure, whatever's inside is going to come out. Look, even when I'm hard on people or about situations, it is still my job to flip that and be inspirational in the moment. I have to be a guiding light as to what's possible. And that means I have to be intentional about my communication. If I'm bringing stress from the boardroom into the next interaction, I'm done, and so is the team around me. If I can't perform and they can't perform because of stress, friction, resistance, all that creating fear, nothing good can happen. To be honest, it's very easy to get distracted by the conditions of the moment, or it's even easier to get insecure about mistakes you've made either in the past or in the present. So those things will actually pull you off target. And the hardest thing to do is to control what you think, what you say, and what you do in that moment. The only way you can show up as the highest and best version of yourself is if you spend the appropriate amount of time programming your mindset to stay present in the present moment, taking care of your health mentally, being prepared, spending quiet time thinking about who you are, how you want to be perceived, and what results you want to accomplish and drive through the people around you. Now, the last strategy might make you upset, but it's the truth. If you want to do hard things consistently, you have to do one hard thing every single day. Sounds obvious when I say it, but the problem is most people say they want to do the hard things, but they're not actually intentional or willing to do it and stick with that goal. They think doing the hard things is about doing that one uncomfortable thing once in a while, when it's actually about doing that same thing so many times that it actually becomes easy and no longer uncomfortable. For me, it's fasting. When I need to snap myself back into managing and controlling myself and what I'm eating or what I'm drinking, I'll do a 24-hour fast. If I feel like I really need a reset, like I've let it go for a few days, I'll even do a 3-day water and coffee only fast. And people ask me, how do you do that? Well, it's super hard if you're not disciplined. But once you do it a few times, it actually becomes very easy. When you do something hard consistently, you're teaching your brain that discomfort is temporary and that you're capable of pushing through it. That skill translates to everything else you do in your life. When you have to make a tough business decision, have a difficult conversation, or put in work when you don't feel like it, you already know you can do the hard things because you've proven it to yourself every single day. So pick one hard thing, just one, and do it every single day for 2 weeks. A cold shower, a workout, fasting until noon, reading for 30 minutes, whatever feels uncomfortable. And remember, the key is consistency. If you do it every day for 2 weeks, it will no longer be hard. But the moment you quit for a month and try to start again, you'll have to rebuild that discipline from scratch. The smarter you get about discipline, the easier hard things become. If you found this helpful, check out my next video where I break down the exact formula for success that helped me generate hundreds of millions of dollars and build multiple companies.